Hey guys, this is a swung fly here, again with another fly tying tutorial. So same deal as last, get that shank of the hook into the vise nice and tight. You don't want it moving around. Build up a good thread base here and start working that wire and your hook onto that shank. And then to lock it down, put the wire through the eye of the hook and then just lock it down with that thread. You could do a little bit of dab glue here. I did not this time, but it's not going anywhere. So we're going to start off here with a 5/8 aquaflies in dumbbell eyes in black, and go ahead and just figure eight that and cinch it down. Put a little bit of dab of glue. If you're like me, you just don't want it moving around, especially when you're spey casting or bumping rocks. Really try to overbuild that. Using some 15mm chartreuse chenille here. With a little bit of flash in it, crystal flash, to really help flare out the shoulders of this fly. Just wrap it around 2-3 times. Try not to do too much. I may have done a little too much on this back section here, but that's fine. Sparse is fine. It's really strong stuff, and it'll really push the shoulder out. Now, work into your dubbing loop. We're going to be using rabbit strip again, Magnum rabbit strip, in the olive variation. To build up this wing, and I'm using the 1-inch material clip, so about 1 inch worth of material there that you're going to put into your dubbing loop to build that shoulder. And there you go, just cut off near the leather there. Just try to keep it nice and neat, spread it out a little bit, and then spin it up and brush it out. You see it's nice and buggy looking now, and now just pull all those materials back and start wrapping them around the shank. About 2-3 wraps is probably more than good. I think I did a little more here. And as you're wrapping it and cinching the that tag down, really try to use that thread to push that material back and force it to flare. We're using black Schlopen here again. This is iridescent black Schlopen, but it doesn't really matter. You can use any black Schlopen. And I like to use on the longer side of the spectrum here of feathers. You can see I'm trying to get just the right amount to wrap around the shank, and just cut that tag off. So push those materials back and just start hackling that around. And you can see once we brush it out how it's going to look. It's a little bit gummed up here. I didn't brush it too good with the scissors when I was getting it started, but that dubbing brush will just make that nice and buggy. As you can see, spread all those fibers out. Now we're using braided pearl, and we'll just wrap that around about not a half inch, more like a 1/4 of an inch from the eye of the hook there. You need a little bit of room to repeat the same steps we just did. We're going to start off with that 15mm chartreuse chenille. Again, about 2-3 wraps is more than enough. Probably lean more to the side of 2. And lock it down there. Actually ended up losing it here in my finger, so had to get my hackle pliers and help me try to lock that down and keep this neat, because it can get a little bit messy here if you're not focused. So just get a few wraps there. You can see it's starting to ball up nice. That's going to really help keep that shoulder flared out, especially when this fly swinging in some faster water, and it'll help it pop out as you're giving the rod some yanks or manipulating the line with your fingers. So same deal, about 1 inch of fur from that rabbit strip. Get that into the dubbing loop and spread it out nice, and then go ahead and spin it up. There we go. Brush it out, neaten it up. Now this part I feel is very important. Try to get as many wraps as you can up until you're right to the back of those eyes. I feel like that just completes this fly. You want to have a tiny bit of space for the Schlopen here. This piece of Schlopen is a lot longer than the last, and I just think that's a better look for this fly. This is just a 2-stage Intruder style fly, and not many people do it in the rabbit for a variation, and I think it's just a lot easier and gives it a really nice look. You can see it's a little bit longer now. You could do a little bit shorter in the back and then a long, slightly longer one in the front. You don't want to have two short ones. Just doesn't look right. You want it to flare out and have some articulation in the water. So feel free to mix and match colors, size, even substitute materials if you don't got some. It all works. But yeah, it gives a really good side profile, and it's just a really fishy pattern, and I've enjoyed tying it here pretty recently. So like, comment, subscribe, let me know if you like this pattern, and let me know how you do with it.